Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another... Let's pretend, it didn't start right there. So, welcome back to another Rage video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't take me very long, because we are returning to Overkill's Under the Influence, and... It strikes me as well exactly how again I'm just going to give like a small little insight to this, is that no sooner are we going to be, I think no sooner when we get finished with Under the Influence, I think we'll move on, and maybe in about like several months or so we'll be back to Overkill, and it's like never leaving these guys, but at the same time I kind of feel like it'd be good to like listen to them and then take a break for a couple of months, then return to them, so that that spark, that magic is alive. Because Shred and Never Say Never, ladies and gentlemen, are two songs I would categorically describe as incredibly special. Because it's more like lore material as to what drives men like Bobby Blitz, but it also showcases the really insane technical skills of Gustafsson and Vernie as well, and so basically all these guys get involved, and that's what always makes Overkill seeming like one of, if not perhaps the best thrash metal band of all time, because you get a sense that there's a fantastic array of harmony between these guys, and it could always true that this may not always be the case, but God help me if there is not something incredibly special about the way these guys perform. And also as well, because I know I've mentioned this on I Hear Black, but there is a little bit of history to Hello from the Gutter, so let's do it. Hello from the Gutter was taken from a title by a New York journalist named Jimmy Breslin. It was an editorial on David Berkowitz, the son of Sam Killer, and the title was Hello from the Gutters of New York. Breslin covered Berowitz, the son of Sam, through these murders. This was right around the time the band was actually getting together. We would always hang out in Brooklyn and Queens. Berkowitz was actually from Yonkers, but he was murdering young couples that were necking in cars. I'm sure you know the story. But he's one of the most infamous serial killers. But it was the Breslin title, Hello from the Gutters of New York, and we turned it into Hello from the Gutters. Lyrically, I took some of that pomp and circumstance and sensationalism that was going on around that time from Bobby Blitz. So, I generally didn't know, first of all, are Overkill from New York City? That's like something I'll have to find out a little bit later. It's probably likely yes, and fair enough. That's how it is. People have got to come from somewhere. You know what I mean? Also, again, sensationalism around serial, it's a tale as old as time. We again, nearly 40 years on, and that sort of sentimentality and sensationalism has far from stopped. But also one thing that's far from stopped is going to be my level of interest in talking about Overkill until the cows come home. So, while we are here, ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight at... Maybe this is Berkowitz. Maybe that's who we're looking at right here. So, with the stage now set, let's get started. So, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's hear what this actually sounds like. Hey. Okay, hang on. When did this come out? Let me just do a little bit of dropping, because, hang on. July 5th, 1988. You know what? The first thing that comes to my mind, ladies and gentlemen? I think you probably know, but how does... Actually, it almost sounds a bit like a bit of a dog's breakfast of several things that Overkill would reference in the future, like Who Tends the Fire. But Painkiller was really the first thing that came to mind, and I hope that was just true coincidental. But again, it gives you an idea about just the sort of people that guys like Overkill influence, eh? Hello from the gutter. Again, you know what? It never fails to amaze me, ladies and gentlemen, that whenever like they stop or when Overkill like they're ready to stop, it like comes crashing. It sort of, yes, it ends, but it sort of like comes to a halt kind of a little bit abruptly sometimes, and that's not really a criticism on the song. It's just sort of a thing that you pick up a lot of in Overkill's extensive discography. Now, I really liked Hello from the Gutter. I absolutely will say that. But the only problem I personally will say is that, does anybody get the impression this kind of almost sounded like something from Iron Maiden? I don't quite know exactly how to explain where I can begin to make the comparison. I think it sounds almost something like you would hear on maybe maybe Number of the Beast, or is it Wet, or the True, or Peace of Mind. There's something very early Iron Maiden about this. And again, you have to understand, that's far from a bad thing. I'm not even... it's just, I think when you sort of like look at the whole package for Hello from the Gutter, it's basically, again, just, it's a fairly descriptive interpretation of those who basically are among the homeless in New York City. And it is literally like, you get to meet them on like terms of equality, and you sort of get an insight into their life and how literally if you're just swept away. And I love the thing where they said the Big Apple's rotten. That would almost make like a journalist's front page right there about what they would possibly say about New York City, about New York's. Again, this would probably have to be answered by people who actually live in New York City, or in places like, I don't know, West Babylon or Islip or I think Newark's New Jersey, but there's Belmore or places like that, or again Utica, for example. These are the sort of things that would have to be answered by professionals, those who have first-hand experience and can because again, by the time I get to New York City, it's going to, well, I'll probably be, it'll be a rather short of stay, since the idea is to fly out there, spend basically the afternoon there, go to sleep, and then start traveling west to Pennsylvania the next day, which it might be, it's more to get to Philadelphia, more or less. But again, this is the sort of thing that would have to be answered by those who know what it's like, and it's. But again, for all it being said and done, I still don't really have that many complaints actually whatsoever against Hello from the Gutter. It's strange as well, because maybe I would go for something like Never Say Never, Shred, and then Hello from the Gutter, but it's very, very difficult for me to point out anything I really didn't like about it, apart from the things I said already. It felt, again, if you go, they say good artists borrow, great artists steal, so why not pick from the very best? And I think they've done a tremendous job once again. And we're going to keep that momentum going, because there's a lot of this album to go through yet. And you better believe it, when we get into like the really long stuff, like Drunken Wisdom, End of the Line. It's again, we've got like Mad Gone World and Brain Fade, and then the rest of the songs are over 6 minutes long. So I think I think it's because they kind of wanted to save the best ones for last. So let's see what they got, eh? So I thank all of you guys for watching. Please make sure to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys felt of Hello from the Gutter by Overkill. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye for now.
Hey champ, glad you could make it to the end of the video. I'm super glad you cared this much. If you could do me a great favor and like this video and subscribe to my guy right here. He didn't want to say it himself because he knows I say it way better. Till next time. Mwah!